Diego's the immortal VP.
Naku, lakad
Normally.
A lot of the Queen of Pain's damage, but the Pudge like doesn't really care all that much. It's on Dire, so it just down quite a bit here. Meanwhile, bottom lane, that might be first blood, and it is. Goes the way of the Death Prophet, and this is exactly what we were talking about in the draft, man. These early levels of the Bristleback are rough.
They always happen at the same time, right? Like the
Intercepts the rune on the way out. It's back to the Pudge.
Very nicely done. Again. Scourge McDuck just getting chased down.
He's going to be a little careful on the Death Prophet, but yeah, it still ends up getting in the wand toggle there. If you head on over to their website, they will match your first deposit up to 500 euros. You just got to use that promo code Bitcoin to get it. And yeah, make sure to take advantage of that while you still can. In mid lane, they take advantage of Shaggy's a real aggressive Blink Dagger. Nice disruption there from Storm. Going to put Pudge under, and he's going to be okay for the time being. Zeus trying to chase him. The Clockwork will fall. That's going to be 2 now on the side. Dispose into. They're going to go for the chase here. Oh, a little bit of an awkward positioning, but they end up getting the chase anyway. 3 kills. The cut at their own game, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so how long till the cut get their first kill?
I mean, I don't know who they kill right now is the problem. It's going to have to be Visage. Well, Pudge pretty far top now, and with the Visage and the Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave comes through. Looks like it was pretty soon, as now the Marcy's going to drop as well. So 2 kills picked up on.
He's feeling powerful enough to fight pretty much anyone. So they will ideally be running around together as like 3 while, you know, Pudge floats in between. But they're definitely not in a rush to do anything. They're just ready to fight whenever it comes to them. If they can find an opportunity.
Speaking of fights, Clockwork comes in, hits that hook shot, but there's the Marcy with the Unleash. The Spirit Vessel's there. Clockwork's going to be the first to die, and it looks like the cut might be on the run now as Nick, trying to keep his Visage familiars alive, is going to be able to drop 1 and now 2. Marcy, again, another rebound on in. Pudge very quick here. Big Sonic Wave onto 3, but a nice silence there from the Death Prophet. And there's going to be the Dismember catching this Queen of Pain on the backside, but he has that blink available, able to survive. Nick drops another familiar, trying to keep them at bay. They're really not falling that fast here on the side of the cup, but finally Nick will go down. It seems the Death Prophet's Exorcism finally doing the damage as they get themselves 1 kill. As the rest of the team, of course, we have that Demonic Purge to help keep these heroes in range of them. Luna up onto the high ground. The question is who they're going to find. Oh, they see the Bristleback. The blink reveal from the Marcy tosses him right back into the enemy team, and he just gets absolutely obliterated. No chance at all. Pudge playing super aggressive on the high ground. Shadow Disruption will be able to keep him alive. The question is, can the cut get out? Doesn't look like it. They've lost the Clockwork as well. Shaggy, again, no Sonic Wave available. And Nick, yeah, he did go
that way. Big Blink Dagger on the Pudge, though. Blink from the top mid.
Finds the Shaggy. Nice way to stop that Dismember. But Storm, he's been found by the Clockwork on the backside, but in comes the Luna. Nice disruption from Storm. Going to keep the Pudge alive. And they go for a little bit of a chase here. Pudge with the hook off the mark. He's trying to find Jubei on this Clockwork. Spirit Vessel, though, does connect. And that might be enough just to take him down. Those Tranquil Boots not quite off cooldown. Oh my gosh, the bear push, but they've got themselves a Catapult Wave coming in as well. The hook comes in, it finds the Zeus, he's dead. Big Sonic Wave, it barely misses on the Death Prophet. Blink Dispose, he's found the Cloth of Silence onto 2, the Bristleback. He's gonna regret showing up to this fight as he is just surrounded by the side of Mad Kings. Marcy nearly dead, finally does take out Shaggy with his buyback, trying to get aggressive. The Disruption's gonna save the Pudge for now, but he's definitely gonna die. Thunder God's Wrath to finish him off. Ards stuck in the trees here, but the TP gets canceled right away by the Zeus. He's dead as well. They finally are finding some kills, getting on the board. 4 heroes dead. It's gonna be an Aegis to revive here on the Luna, and Zeus going aggressive, trying to stop this Shadow Demon from being able to save Luna. Instead, she's gonna be forced to BKB, TP on home. Has no desire to go for like this Aghanim Scepter this game. Hookshot comes through, they manage to find the Marcy, and the Luna is just going to run right by and find the Vicious instead. The Silence comes through, will connect, he pops the BKB, just chewing right through little Nick here, and he's unable to get the Gravekeeper's Stone Form off. Oh, dude, that feels so bad.
Wow. Yeah, being able to kill him before he gets set off is, yeah.
Yeah, or it's in like half-completed items that were like just generally have the expensive components or whatever, but... Ooh, hook. Managed to pull the Zeus back in. Little Nick with a nice familiar drop there. Thunder God's Wrath does come through. The Cog's going to hold that Pudge into place. Nice disruption there once again. Find some time, but there's the TP into the trees. It got on top of the Luna. She's dead. She does have buyback, but it doesn't really matter as it's now time for Bristleback to do his damage. Yule's going to buy a little bit of time for the death bomb. She goes right back into her hand. Scourge of attack with a triple kill. Now chasing after Storm. Force staff up onto the high ground. He's going to be able to TP home. No way to cancel it. But yeah, you were saying recipe, like you said, it doesn't really give you that scaling potential, and it's like you can do so many more things with that gold. Hookshot comes through. They do find the Pudge Storm there with the disruption. Coming on the backside though, gets their hands on the Queen of Pain, but oh my god, the Marzi goes down first. Shaggy does get the BKB off. He's dead. 70 seconds before he's gonna be able to rejoin this fight, but the Bristleback's getting to work, chasing down the Luna. Her BKB's expired. She gets forced out the wrong way. Bristleback, can he get the kill? He's broken instead, and they turn onto him. Triple kill for Adrian. That is quite Bristleback. They're trying to catapult him to his level 25. Hookshot comes in. The pushback on the Cogs is gonna find the Shadow Demon with the sides. The Sonic Wave actually off the mark. They get the kill anyway. Pudge comes through. Dude, he just takes a massive crit to the face from the Luna. And a very aggressive blink from the Marzi. Shaggy catches him with the silence. Very nicely done, but you do have the Aegis onto the Luna. They try and just chain stun her down, force the BKB on the res. Pudge comes in, tries to get the Dismember save, and ends up failing. And now he's just getting collapsed on the backside. The Bristleback doing the work, but the Luna comes in with the Eclipse, trying to finish him off, managed to take down the Visage, but Bristleback's got to run. He's got a BKB still in the tank. The Luna's kind of expended anything. They're going to try and maybe turn it around. The Shaggy goes in on top of her. Bristleback started dumping the damage, but just gets destroyed instead. The Luna is just doing way too much under the cover of the Exorcism as well. Now, Death Prophet finishes off another. The Clockwork is here. There's going to be a dieback on Jubei, maybe. Gets the hook shot away. Zeus with the TP on home. 2 supports will live, 2 cores will live. Nah, they end up finding them anyway. Maybe you have the big damage to take them, but it just doesn't seem enough right now. The Blink the Yules comes out for the Death Prophet. They're going to buy back actually here on the Queen of Pain. Maybe try and punish the Death Prophet. Instead, he goes deep to try and find the Luna. He doesn't have the damage. There's no Sonic Wave. He's just dead. No. That's a dieback on Shaggy. The Luna is just too strong. Now she's just going to walk.
They don't have much time, right, before it's just going to be Megas.
Bristleback tossed up. Do they get the stun? They damage. They do. He's just dead. Has buyback available. They did manage to force maybe a couple cooldowns, but the BKB is still there on the Luna. And Lil Nicky did do exactly what he said. He finds that Death Prophet on the backside. The Eclipse does come through, but can they bring down the Luna at all? She's just going to be able to stand her ground and turns the damage right back onto him. It's going to be the Dismember from the Pudge to heal her back up. Save her for now, but Little Nick doing work on the Visage, man. The Zeus dumping in damage as well. They're just trying to kite around the Death Prophet, but the Luna's back out. She's hungry. She wants to find these kills. She's under that Silver Edge, but the Bristleback's just a little bit too fast, able to get away. Shaggy with the Blink's going to survive for now. It's the Luna. She actually has to disengage. Does she? Pudge is coming back, gets the Dismember once again. Takes down Shaggy. What a play from the Pudge. And now the Bristleback. He's doing the damage himself. Little Nick on the backside just constantly dumping these soul assumptions, and Luna finally gonna get surrounded and taken down. The Death Prophet with the Spirit Vessel onto the Bristleback to level 25, picked up now. But dude, it's just all Nick in this fight. He's doing it by himself. Drops that Wraith Pact. There it is, right onto the tier 4s. The first one's dead. Death Prophet's got to be careful. Drops the BKB, but the damage for the Bristleback's just so much against the Yules. There's going to be the Nimbus on the backside onto the Marcy. He's just beating her down one attack at a time. The Luna comes in, gets the break onto the Bristleback, and he will go down. That's 120 seconds without your Hedgehog. And that is, you know, a valiant hold. Or a valiant attempt, I guess.
Yep, and now Dire have Megas somehow.
Yep, yeah, I do not know. She's got a lot of damage. Shaggy comes in, big Sonic Wave on top, but he pops a Satanic Hookshot, comes through, and a hook from the Pudge. He does have the Dismember, able to bring her down, and that looks like it will be it. Game 1, gonna go the way of Mad Kings, and the GG finally does come through. I mean, shout out to the cut, man. I honestly thought they stood a... like, I was just thinking, like, of a hero that you can just leave and still beat the Sven lane.
Mm-hmm. Hard to deal with.
A lot of damage onto the Bristleback bottom. He's getting these Quill Stacks out, but one more auto attack. He's not going to find it. And instead, Snapfire trying to chase down the Rubik here in the trees. Who's going to go down first? He pops the stick, and it's going to go the way of the Razor. And, yeah, Sven He does manage to save the creep wave. That's pretty nice. And as a result here, Tiny actually might have just kind of extended just a little bit too far. He has a Storm Hammer here. He's not going to bother using it. Okay, maybe he is.
Snagging the last hit there.
Yeah, but some time wasted from 100 euros on your first deposit. They'll match that yourself. You just have to use the promo code Bitcoin to take advantage of that. There are links in the chat below, as well as a banner below the stream that you can find. That will contain all the information there that you may need. Shout out to Thunderpick. Thank you guys for sponsoring the tournament. Meanwhile, top lane, Little Nick in some trouble. The rotation from the Kunkka with the first boat of the game will help find themselves a kill onto that back. As good as Puck is as a hero, you never really stop the Kunkka from farming, right? Oh,
yeah, definitely.
Lane. Razor. He stuck around quite a bit. The plasma field ends up finishing him off after he dies. But, I mean, this was a 2v1. He still managed to take down the Bristleback. Rubik here, gonna have to pull this wave off a little bit to make sure it doesn't all die before the Razor gets back to the lane. They end up fording as well.
Very nice. Uh-oh, picks up the illusion without his bottle.
That is a rough one. Lasso top lane, managed to find the Skywrath Mage, and a very nice avalanche there from the Tiny. Easy kill for that Rider. And yeah, I mean, Lil Nick's gonna have a lot of space on this top. Super worried about having that extra move speed. Some lanes, like especially when there's like a slow, it makes a big difference, but this one maybe not so much. Cookie up onto the high ground, nice telekinesis to cancel it from the Rubik. Beautifully played, and kill goes back for the Razor.
Very, very nicely done. It feels like the only like real dead weight on the side of Mad Kings is up top as well. Very nice combo to Nick. Yeah, I mean, no one can survive that combo at this stage of the game with Skywrath being level 6. The Sven's just jungling, right? He's going to be the AFK hero. All the other heroes are pretty strong in the Kunkka and Razor.
Yeah. Mid lane, Rubik's managed to catch Shaggy for the moment. He ends up getting aggressive and drops a coil onto 2. Avalanche and Toss are available, but there's the Mortimer kisses. The silence is holding Puck in place and a ton of damage from the Kunkka actually to finish him off. He's got a Scatter Blast onto 2. Can he finish off the Kunkka in time? No, he gets the stick. He's going to be all right. And now, Orin's off the mark. Here comes Nick on the Bat Rider. He would love to get a lasso. He's not going to find it. Instead, will settle just for the Razor. Oh, top lane. I mean, that was a lasso. He got the boat off, though, so he just did not take a ton of damage. It's going to be Tiny trying to find these heroes. Avalanche onto 2. Telekinesis, big coil in from Puck. Flame break there to snap it onto the Skywrath Mage, but he's pretty fast. Should be able to survive. The question is, can they get the Kunkka? The Razor coming in on the backside. Nick's going to be forced to try and DP on home. No X to cancel. Kunkka will take on down. Double kill for Shaggy. The Witchblade doing work. He's going to get himself a triple. Potentially he does, but he ends up dying anyway. The silence at the last second from Skywrath Mage will help secure it. Obviously the Razor feeling pretty strong. Lil Nick's got a BKB now. It's, well, at least available. He's purchased it. It's coming out on the courier, but it might be a little bit unfortunate here. Ooh, nice avalanche there to buy Nick a little bit of time. The silence as well onto the Skywrath Mage. They still end up bringing him down here thanks to the Razor. Shaggy's got to get his hands onto these heroes to finish him off, but it's going to be the Tiny that takes on the Skywrath Mage, and now Kunkka in some trouble. The rum buff's expiring. He doesn't get the last auto attack. He ends up just getting tossed in. Oh no, Jube, you sacrificed your mid laner. He'll be able to snag the Rubik at the end. Yeah, this is huge. Mad Kings might have sniffed this one out as they're getting there, but it might be too late. The Avalanche toss on the Razor. BKB comes out, but no! He didn't pick up the Aegis yet. Finally does grab it, just barely. He's going to fall here pretty fast. The Plasma Field will connect. Again, no BKB, and your Puck's already dead, so you've got to find something here. The Sven just getting to work on this Bristleback. He's going to try and just kite out what damage he can, but Nick comes in, the lasso onto the Sven. Going to try and pull him around. That BKB about to expire, and now the Bat Rider's going to start dumping in the damage. They're falling one by one here on the side of Mad Kings. Razor on the high ground, can't do it all alone. The buyback from Shaggy puts a really good use. 3 heroes dead. And a fight finally going. We'll pick up on the Snapfire. It doesn't really change a whole lot, to be honest, but she is almost to the Shard, and the Shard is very good this game.
Yeah, definitely. Just more nonsense to dodge out in these team fights. Also helps your farm. What was this, the lasso? Yep, there we go.
Yeah, it's all easy to send the lasso, absolutely. He's gonna go ahead and steal a spell. Only ends up getting tree grab. The Tiny X torrent off the mark, but still didn't manage to take the kill. It goes away the Rubik's tree toss. That's pretty fun. Blade gonna get the X out onto the Tiny. And pull back into the torrent. They do have a little bit of damage to try and jump back the other way. The Puck is gonna have to pop that BKB right away. And on the backside, Puck trying to find the support, doesn't end up following in on that jaunt. So Mortimer Kiss is not really connecting onto anything. There's gonna be the lasso though onto the Kunkka. The BKB already spent, and the Bristleback is here. He goes invis. They don't have detection. You're kidding me. He walks away.
No.
The Razor though might not be as lucky. So Coil will finally come out. They take down the Razor. The Kunkka is going to X TP on home, but the Snapfire, beautiful stun here onto 2. The Sven going to pop his BKB, try and get out of here, but he can't. Just too much damage.
For sure, just, 300 more bonus damage from the Warpath. Why not?
Yep. We see a fight here break out in the jungle. They managed to get their hands on the Tiny to start this one off, and has a Yule's there to buy himself a little bit of time, but still ends up dying. Shaggy is invis right now, has that coil looking for a target, but Nick just gets blown apart, and now the Sven trying to stay on top of the Bristleback. Luckily, Scourge McDuck still has that BKB to work with. The coil comes out mid, he gets on top of the Rubik, but I mean, that is your only coil target. The Stormhammer connects. Can Shaggy survive? Big Mortimer Kiss is coming through. He gets the blink out. He does not. Oh no. And now they're looking for the Snapfire up on the high ground. There's the jump in from the Sven. 4 dead on the cut is available on the side of the Dire, but the Radiant not quite yet aware. They're going to find him on the high ground. I mean, the Kunkka would be huge. The blink, the lasso come through right away. Can they burst him before he gets the BKB? He's got him. He's got a haste rune. He is out. They do manage to find the Skywrath Mage on the backside. Razor here as well. BKB available. He's going to be forced to use it as the Bristleback is on top of him. Big damage from the Kunkka as he's managed to take down that Bat Rider. BKB now out from the Bristleback as he's on the run. Avalanche, toss, Tiny, trying to do what he can, but the Sven turns it on. The God Strength as well. The Yules find a little bit of time, but he comes right back down into a boat instead. The buyback comes through from the Rubik, it looks like. It's either, right? And there it is. You've lost the Rubik. That's going to be a dieback to break onto the Bristleback. Gets pulled back in with the X. He's dead for 90 seconds. Shaggy with a nice coil break once again onto the Kunkka. He's trying to finish him off. He's taken down to the Witchblade, but Little Nick's going to be able to come into the backside to finish him off. And now Snapfire kiting around on the backside. This is the best case scenario for this Bat Rider. The question is, can they find the Sven? Do they have the detection? They do indeed. Like, all right, this is annoying.
It just doesn't seem like an Agadam's.
Yeah, right? That's the thing. It doesn't at all. It just seems weird. Storm gets caught here on the Skywrath Mage. Shaggy able to finish him off. In comes the Kunkka. They've got a lasso to play with. He's going to pop the BKB. Try and find this Rubik. The Avalanche toss as well. There's going to be the lasso. Does connect onto the Kunkka after that BKB comes out. And with Bristleback here, I think easily able to chase them down. So 3 more deaths. Is they're now going to go right into Roshan.
Mad King is just falling apart, not ready to fight. You finish it, and then you can start the siege, and then the game should be good as long as you're tanking.
There's the Skywrath Mage. Avalanche does come through. The Skywrath Mage there gets caught. Coil's gonna snap. They end up just tossing in the illusion. He is dead, and the lasso's gonna hold Razor up on the high ground. He's got a TP available, but cannot use it. He's gonna be forced to refresher and TP on home. Sven manages to find the Snapfire on the backside, trying to get away, but the Sven, he's got the damage, pops the war cry, gets the kill. And inside of the fight, they've got their hands on this Bristleback, just trying to chew him down here on the Razor. I mean, he's lost all of his damage, but there's going to be the toss back. They've got so much damage coming through from the Quills. He ends up BKBing right before he dies. A little bit of a blunder there from the Bristleback, but it's the Sven. That's the big problem. Kited out here. They're going to be able to find some heroes on the backside. The wraparound, just 2-shot from the Bristleback as the Rubik goes down, and now Kunkka forced to try and run, pops the BKB, but they get coiled up, and now the Bristleback stands his ground with that Satanic, doing the work. Kunkka trying to hobble away. He's not even going to have a shot at doing so. Toss back from the Tiny. They got their hands with the lasso on the Storm, or on the Storm's Skywrath, rather. 3 heroes dead, no casualties for the side of the cuts, and a courier, however.
You can static link me and take 7% of my damage. Do I really care?
On the mid lane, Sven manages to find the Tiny, gets the Force Staff out, and he's just now kited away. They can't actually secure the kill. They get the kill. onto the Rubik. He is dead. The buyback comes through, of course, from the Kunkka, but Razor, he's got to get that refresher off. Does he even get the opportunity? It's too little, too late. 93 seconds without him, and Kunkka mid his BKB. It's on cooldown for a couple more seconds. That's his dieback, and probably the game as well. 2 cores sidelined here for Mad Kings as they're going to just lay into the barracks now for the side of the cut. And there it is. The GG comes through. Easy win for them this time.
Yep, nicely done from the cut. It's kind of funny. Bristleback has like a spell that puts a little counter above the enemy. It's been a good Pudge game, to be honest, right? Like, how are you meant to, you have to snowball so incredible.
Mangoes. If they really decide to get aggressive, they might be able to find a kill, especially if this lane gets pulled back a little bit. Pudge does have that early ring of protection to help himself out, which will be pretty good, but he needs to get to that Vanguard like ASAP.
Yep, exactly. And this is definitely one of the lanes we'll probably see. I mean, I expect First Blood to happen in this lane.
It's like a lot of physical damage and right clicks. Sticking around a little too far. And Hook bottom lane actually managed to find the Weaver. Scourge kind of gets caught there when he wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, very nicely done. You know, there's such a slim window to be able to get that kill, and they make it happen before he gets there, or at least send him back to base, or maybe force him to buy more regen.
He didn't have bugs for this. How did you not have bugs? Hook back, Pudge.
Oh no!
He gets the kill onto the Tiny. He's got to go for the kill. Bugs are out. Can he find the Pudge underneath the tower? Sakuchi in one. He's gonna go for the dive, but he's taking so much damage himself. He ends up finding the kill, but it's gonna cost him his own life here. Oh no, that's gonna be a walk of shame for the Weaver.
Oh man, yeah, and you know, even Enchantress is a hero you don't want to feed levels to in the early game, but up top, Nick is really struggling in this.
But level 6 now for the Void Spirit means kill threat is available back the other way, so he needs to be a little more careful.
Yep, and up top, scary stuff going on, but nice heal.
Ooh, they found Tiny. The mana burn is there as well. They tried to prevent him from being able to get the catch, but Void Spirit grabs him with that last Astral Step, and Shaggy is just a tiny bit of XP off of that level 6, but top lane, like you said, they get the kill onto Shaggy. Wyvern trying to do what he can. The Splinter Blast doesn't connect onto the Skywrath Mage. They both get on just a sliver of HP.
They have such a heavy snowballing lineup with all the summons that they can very easily take over the map and Roche.
Oh, top tower goes down, of course, thanks to the Beastmaster, and they are now... Oh, okay. Nice little kill in the jungle there as RM was getting a little bit too aggressive, but they're going to turn on to the Wyvern here, and Pudge should have given himself a freebie. Hook on out, does manage to find Shaggy. There's going to be an avalanche to cancel, and the concoction coming through as well. There's going to be the Chemical Rage. Shaggy's just going to take on down to those summons, though. They have a ton of work here that they can drop in off this Beastmaster. I mean, he's just getting held in place. The Enchantress creep, the Beastmaster creep, is just way too much. Be forced to back on out. They can do it. Ward up on the high ground here. Will scout the smoke, and Wyvern gets initiated on. Quick pick off from them. Great silence from the Skywrath Mage. I mean, luckily they didn't find the owl because he was farming that stack, but he's instead going to head on bottom. The tier 1 tower under siege here from the Enchantress. Still has the Chemical Rage to work with, but well out in the mid lane instead. Of connecting onto these heroes. Weaver silenced up. He goes down before he can get the time lapse. Big kill. He actually didn't drop any vessel charges either. And now Tiny taken down, chased down by the Pudge. They will just collapse on.
Farm deep in the enemy jungle or even push the lanes out far. They're just able to sit in the middle of the map and cut everything off together. Just chase these heroes.
Yeah.
Nick's super close to Radiance.
Whoa, Shaggy just walks right into the Beastmaster and tanks a roar. Just gets absolutely demolished. Meanwhile, they're going to try and turn around onto the Beastmaster. The Spirit Vessel damage plus the Alchemist will be enough. And that's a pretty big... Nice try on the hook there, Pudge. But doesn't end up connecting. He's actually going for the Eternal Shroud. Oh, no. Pudge going aggressive here. They do need to be careful, though. Avalanche from the Tiny. Silenced up and just gets absolutely melted. Right. Tell me what you think about the Eternal Shroud, because I think this item is a grief. Bottom lane, or like 8th or 9th item on this hero in most games. Like, ooh, that's a solo kill by the Void Spirit. He's got a DD rune. He's out of spells though. Dissimulate for the moment. Vessel is there. Can they finish off the Void Spirit in time? He's falling low and fast. The Vessel will be able to finish him off, but Puck is in a lot of trouble as well. Needs to be careful here. Has the coil available, but Storm's just zoning him out entirely. Wyvern just getting destroyed by the summons. The rot damage will be there to finish the kill. And the Pudge, he's still got this Aegis for about 50 seconds. Roar out onto the Weaver. He gets dismembered. Time lapse, though, will be able to come through. It's the hook off the mark. Meanwhile, on the backside of the fight, Shaggy duking it out here with the Skywrath Mage. He's got to dodge for the moment, but the raindrops will protect him. Jaunt on out. He gets silenced instead. He ends up finding the return kill. Comes out with a concoction as well. Weaver connecting with the bugs. He's got no vessel charges in the Pudge. This is where he thrives. These long fights. The BKB going to be forced by Nick. The Dismember comes through. You can't save him. The Alchemist in trouble. Just has to run for the hills. He's got a concoction. Once again connects with another hero. But the Weaver dancing around in the fights drops another totem. Hook off the mark. Nick will be able to TP on out, it seems. Ooh, yes, he will. No roar. There's going to be the Aegis recall. He's back. They want to take a fight mid potentially. They do get the catch onto the Pudge. The coil's there onto 2. There is a Winter's Curse available. The question is, can they finish off the Pudge in time? They do get him, but you lose the Tiny. To be a little bit careful. The Wyvern goes down to the backside without getting a single spell off as well. The Vessel charges are there. Nick pops the BKB, trying to just take down the Beastmaster. He's going to get him, but a lot of damage already connected through the Owl. Can he survive? He cannot, and now you've lost the Weaver as well. Shaggy, the lone survivor, but he fought back for this. Needs to be careful. Orbs on through, wants to finish off this Skywrath Mage, gets him, but the Atos is there. He's got an orb in 1. Can he get the blink? Unless you give it to the Enchantress. I mean, that's the only one that I could see. Like, Pudge doesn't really need his shard in this game. Nick tries to find a target, doesn't end up doing it, but they get the coil out onto the Beastmaster, the toss to send him back into the hands of that BM. They do manage to burst the Puck, though. He goes down the Dismember onto Tiny. Nick gets the BKB off, but it's a little bit too late. Yes, he gets the Beastmaster, but at what cost? The silence out onto the Weaver. He doesn't get that time lapse. It is a 4-for-1, and Nick will have to just run away. Burn, but he is just playing in darkness right now. He's going to be able to get caught, though. The Void Spirit snipes him. The Atos is there. It doesn't matter. Alchemist goes down. And with that, yeah, there's the GG. They know this one's over.
Your anger is useless here.
Mad King's take it 2-1, man. What did you think?
Pudge wins again. I mean, Pudge is just the best hero the Dota 2 world's ever seen.